Yo, what's happening? We're back. We're back again. Sorry for last week. We didn't upload. That was due to technical difficulties. But we're back, and to be fair, we're back on a good week because there's a lot of action happening, a lot of goals, a lot of humiliation. But we're back. We're back. I'll introduce my guests. Mao Ute, how are you?
Good, good, good. I support Leon today. That's my
Okay,
team for this episode.
that's good. That's good to hear. No Arsenal waffle. And Mohammed Hirsch, how are you? MH.
Yeah, I'm good today. I'm good. Great weekend. United losing and Arsenal winning. Yes, can't ask for more. Even Chelsea losing. Yeah, perfect.
To be fair, or whatever. But we'll move on. We'll move on. Where do you want to start, guys? Shall we start with the biggest game of the week, Spurs vs Man United? Do you want to start with that?
Uh-huh. I'll start with that.
Okay, I'll sit back, enjoy the. I'll enjoy the show. I'll carry on. Right.
So as we know, okay, I'm an Arsenal fan here, yeah. But the thing is, I believe nowadays I hate United more than Spurs. Okay. So to see you man lose in the manner that you did, it was beautiful. Okay.
Yeah.
Hirsch,
Uh
yeah.
yeah, okay. You say your
No, no.
intro as well.
Ah,
Hmm. Listen, I can't really comment too much, but all I'm saying is I missed the first half, but I came second half, and
okay.
oh boy, what was it? A perfect time to join. 1-0 Spurs. I was seeing Bruno hatred. I was seeing Rashford hatred. I was like, yeah, boy, it's his perfect day. But I did miss the first half. I did see United where I had a few chances and got an actual potential penalty shout, Rashford a header, Bruno chance. But honestly, it was a great, great game. And to me, I kind of preferred it. Like, I do hate United, but I also hate Spurs. And I get where you're
Mm.
coming from. Like, United's hatred is deeper. Yeah, so
Well,
great weekend, honestly.
for ruining your childhoods, yeah. Is that what it is? Because we've been winning titles. That's where,
Wow, partially, yeah, but just feel like your family feel like you're elite. You feel like you're privileged. You feel like you're upper tier, like you're way above Arsenal.
we don't think we've had enough humblings in the last few years. You don't think we don't think we see what's happening with our two biggest rivals in Liverpool and Man City winning both the league titles and Champions League. Come on, we're the most
Listen,
humble team in the top six.
yeah, actually, not. You're currently part of the banter era club, with Chelsea. And the thing is, every summer you feel like you're coming out of this banter era. So this summer you thought, I've got Nana, I've got Mount, and you thought you're gonna escape out of this banter era, but it's pulled you back in. It's pulled you back in, and that's the most satisfying thing. Going back into that banter era.
The saddest part about this year, I think I feel more sad now than I did last season after two games. Because after last season,
You're
you'd
telling
say
me
us,
after Brentford that 4
yes,
nil, you
yes,
feel sadder
yes,
now than that.
yes, because
Okay.
that was at the start of Ten Hag's reign. You know, obviously
Mm,
we needed time to adjust and everything. But now, when you look at our a year on, I thought we'd kick on.
yeah,
I would do a lot better, but I'm seeing the same thing as I saw last season.
yeah.
Like that game, that Spurs game, is the same thing I saw last season. Main example, Brian. Brian away, we dominated for 35 minutes. We created lots of chances, lots of openings. Didn't take our chances because we've got wasteful attackers. And then you think same thing will happen in the second half, but for some reason we don't turn up in the second half. And I don't get it. I don't get it. I've seen this so many times. Liverpool. You remember the Liverpool game? We're the better side for the first half. They obviously concede the goal. Then second half we concede six. I'm like, what's going on? And it's happening now again. I remember first half this today. No, today. Look, this is what doing to me, man. But on Saturday, we're the better side. We're in the first half. We're better side. We're creating lots of chances, lots of openings. Bruno missing a sitter. Rashford sitting a one-on-one. Anthony being Anthony. and Garnacho, and I know he's young, but he's starting to frustrate me. You were talking about the penalty one, right? If you watch the thing, obviously they released Garnacho out wide. Garnacho had lots of space. If he had Bruno was making those overlapping run, if he had slid it to Bruno, Bruno would have seen Rashford at the back post. He would have slid it in 1-0 United. But no, Garnacho being Garnacho, he's looking for the main headlights. He's looking to score. It's just one of those things. And someone's pointed out, I think we might have the worst winger combination in the top. I want to say top six, maybe top eight. Top, just yes.
I'll
And
say top 10.
second half, I'll let you lot talk. But I didn't watch. I didn't bother watching.
Okay. That was music to our ears, but let's get to the reality of the reality of the situation. What is Ten Hag's identity? What is his football identity? He's been here for a season. What's his identity? Because if you look at, Ange Postecoglou, whoever his name is, he's been there for like 6 weeks and he's got identity. So what is Ten Hag's identity?
It's quite obvious. We're looking to first of all isolate the wingers out wide, because you saw in the Spurs game the wingers were getting so much space, but because they're so wasteful, we weren't creating many chances after that. But obviously packed the midfield, pushed the two number 10s or 8 and 10 right up to the opposition's penalty box and tried to basically condense the pitch. But the problem is you've got players who can't do that. There's so many players in that team that can't do that. Casemiro, main example. He just can't cover the distance that Ten Hag wants his CDM to cover. That's why he wanted Frankie. I think Frankie would have been perfect in the system. And Hirsch was kind of putting out throughout the year. Someone called Rafael Varane. He looks a bit suspect on the ball. He doesn't look comfortable. And when you have him, Casemiro, Wan-Bissaka, Anthony, when you got those people stinking up the gaff, obviously it's gonna be well evident. And Casemiro as well. I'm not even talking on the ball. He's probably one of the worst players I've seen on the ball. He gets dispossessed so much times, it's embarrassing. He treats the ball like he's whatever, man. It is what it is.
Okay. So when you watch Manchester United, like for me, from an Arsenal perspective,
do you not watch just the first 35 minutes where you just create so many chances? Like Spurs were not even in the game in the first half. We're dominating them.
You should have scored.
We should have scored 2 or 3. Should have scored. I'm not even talking about the penalty, but it's just second half. We just don't. It's just this lack of energy, and I don't want to dig him out, but I am going to dig him out. Bruno Fernandes, he's the best player when it's going well. He's the best player when it's going well or when he's drawing. But the moment we face a bit of adversity or we're down, this guy is the worst player to have in your team. The worst.
I'm just saying so far, my takes are 100% so far.
Honestly, I'm just seeing him jog. Even Rashford, I don't know what happened to him, but the Rashford I saw when he was young, like 18, he would chase after lost causes. He would track back. This guy, one of the laziest players I've ever seen. Laziest. It does. It is what it is, man. It's the fact that, and I don't even want to mention 21. 21 is one of the worst signings I've ever seen. Ever in the Premier League. I don't think you can have pound for pound anyone worse. Anyone. I'd rather have Pepe in my team. I'd rather have Pepe in my team than Anthony. I'd rather have Dan James in my team than Anthony. Dan James. That guy's at the bench at Leeds in the Championship. But I'd rather have him than Anthony. That guy, he can't be his man. He can't pass. He tries to do skills, but it never comes off.
Yeah, he had that one shot that hit the post.
Mate, it takes 100 shots. Come on, man. It's not even hitting the target. That's when it hits the post, it's not even the target. It's off target still.
Yeah, he had the best chance.
What do you mean the best shot?
Bruno had the best chance.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting that Bruno chance.
Yeah.
How has he fooled us into signing him? How? I will never know. He's the you two know. Like even I told you when did I call? I called it October. October. I said this guy is not it. I called it from that early, but I was like, let's give him time. But you know what? Time is gone. Time is done. It is what it is. And when you're hearing stuff that we've got battered 3-0 in one of the training, one of the freaking was it behind the scenes games by Burnley, we got battered 3-0. Onana is potentially going to go to the AFCON now. You're just thinking, what's the point? And also, you hear the fact that we said no to Benjamin Pavard because Harry Maguire just wants to sit on his arse and just do nothing. Oh, it's just bad news after bad news after bad news. It is what it is. But yeah. Do you both want to add something or? Okay.
Yeah, could you tell me Ten Hag's big 6 away record?
I'll be honest. I'll be honest. When you look at those big 6 records, right? If we take our chances, the game is a totally different game. Liverpool, we had 2 sitters last season. We should have been going up 2-0. We didn't. Brighton created so many chances. We didn't score. They scored. Spurs are trash. Okay, well, anybody say they're just trash. They're not good. It's just we just that bad right now. And I don't know what it is. I'm at that stage where I'm like, I don't know who's gonna fix this problem. I just don't. I
You think he's
hopeless.
gonna get sacked by Christmas?
He might do. But we got beaten 3-0 at Carrington by Burnley. Burnley probably reserves. And I
You know
probably
what I
could have
call
scored
that?
6 or 7.
I call that football heritage.
Oh,
Because then you got identity.
Burnley. It is what it is, man. And honestly, I'm not confident for Forest. I'm not confident. I
You're
warn you
confident.
against Alessandro. Oof, 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 oof. I don't want to even think about it. Anthony Alanga turning off.
Oh, if he turns up
Oh,
against you, that'd
oh.
be too funny.
But yeah,
Oh, rubbing
yeah.
salt in that United wound. Ooh.
Anything you two want to add before we move to the next game?
I just want to say, James Maddison, that second half,
Yes.
he was brilliant. Okay,
Yeah,
and I just want to say, United's midfield, I don't think them 3 are gonna work. I just don't think so.
absolutely. Absolutely. There's so much of an imbalance. Even like you could be a novice in football and you could see it. Like there's such an imbalance. You can't
You know it's
have
crazy. You know it's
Mason
crazy.
Mount and Bruno as your tens and have Casemiro as your 6 only.
You know it's, you
This
know
is
it's,
criminal.
you know it's crazy, right? After those 3, yeah, our best midfielder has been sold. Fred, honestly, it would have been perfect for a game like this. But somehow
But
Mm.
he's the one
McTominay,
out of McTominay and Ericsson. He's the best out of them lot, and he's been sold. And now we have to ride Scott McTominay because he doesn't want to leave. Donny van de Beek, apparently, there's no offers for him right now. Oh, it's hopeless, man. I'm already switched off. I'm already switched off. It looks like we're not signing any more players. Apparently, the only incoming is this Turkish brother who's stinky. Who is what? Oh, I've already seen this horror compilation of him, and it's just we're gonna rely on him for 4 games, which is what, and apparently 2 of them is against big teams. I think Spurs, Brighton. Yeah, when it is what it is. But yeah, anything you
you
two
got
wanna?
us in 2 weeks' time.
Oh,
I can't
you know
wait for
that
that game.
that's gonna be so beautiful. You know why? Because it
Is
will
who's
be
away?
after that game, it'll be United away. After that game, it's actually international break. So we'll have 2, 3 weeks to actually rub it in their salty, salty wounds. Can't wait.
Oh, we still have Martial and out. We still have Martial. Oh my. Anyway, moving on to the next game. Chelsea, West Ham. Any of you watched the Chelsea West Ham game?
Yep.
Match of the day for me.
Well, what did you think of the game, Pesh, since you watched the whole game?
Ooh. And first off, Chelsea were on top of them. Like
I
they were
agree.
just absolutely busting them off the ball, on the wall. They were
Who
just two
who
steps ahead.
Who would you say was the
Um,
best player on the pitch? On the
Sterling. I
first
think
half?
Sterling was
Sterling.
Sterling was really
You
good.
rate him, by the way. I just want to know.
Just listen, anyone can have a good game in
Okay.
football. We all know.
Okay.
Okay.
What's the,
I thought I
any of the
thought
midfielders standing out
was
with
it
that?
Carney Chukwuemeka?
Okay. Yep. Yep.
He had a good moments.
Yeah.
He scored the goal,
Uh,
innit?
yeah, he scored a
Uh,
goal, and then there
what
was
about
an Argentinian midget fella called Enzo.
Enzo
He
Fernandez?
thought he had this that he thought he could be that that player that could carry Chelsea to that next level. Took the penalty, and all of a sudden Chelsea momentum drops, and now second half West Ham go over them, and then they win the game. So don't bring this Enzo talk here, even though you love Enzo. But the guy gets man of the match after draws, like a draw. Like Declan Rice gets man of the match when he wins games.
This
Enzo's getting Enzo's getting man of the match after a draw. Like, what was this?
this agenda on Enzo is so stinky. By the way, you're picking out their best player over the two matches, and you have because you can't let go of agenda. You're blinded by
Listen,
hate.
listen. The agenda is. I'm not
It
saying
is an
he's trash,
agenda.
by the way. I'm not saying he's trash.
What is he then?
That's different.
Because I'm
I just feel
confused.
like he's overhyped.
He's dead. He's dead. I'll say he's
that's
dead.
too much. That's too much. I thought.
Listen,
honestly,
we're just rating him on freaking 4 or 5 games at the World Cup, and we were saying he's world class.
Absolutely, yeah.
Did you not watch him against Liverpool?
You can't tell me
Oh,
before.
he was so good against Liverpool, and I thought first half he was one of the best players. The way he was just passing it off and laying people off. Honestly, I think he might be in 2 3 years the best midfielder in the league.
What's the score? What was the score of that game, by the way?
2-1, 3-1. Well,
2-2.
sorry.
Listen, you gas up this average player, okay? Like I've been brought up to watch Vieira, Zidane, and Beckham, the elite players, right? But you're making this guy seem like he's the next Zidane. He's not the next Zidane,
I'm not saying he's the next
unfortunately.
Zidane. You're
You
comparing him
just
to an
said
all-time
you
great. Premier
just
League
said
and
he's going to
all-time
be the
great
best
two
player.
thing. Yeah, I think he's
You
going to be
just
the best
said
player. I think he's going to be
in
the
the
best
Premier
player.
League.
Yeah, honestly, the way he just is
Oh, get out
comfortable
of here!
with his
Get out of
left and
here!
right
Nah,
foot, the way he
get out,
passes it off,
bro.
the way he could
Are you
just
forgetting who's in
release
the league?
players out wide, huh?
Are you forgetting Rodri's in the league still? And who else in the league? And Caicedo, McAllister. There's other players that are decent.
Caicedo?
Okay.
Are you sure? Are you sure after this
Oh,
show,
let's talk about Cancelo. Let's
Let's
talk
talk
about him.
about it because I missed the horror show because I had to go for a walk. But yeah,
Paqueta said, "You're the new boy in town. Let me go for him."
Oh, but there's one moment, I don't know if you've seen it, but it was towards the end of the game, right?
yeah,
Paqueta was like taking the ball to the corner,
yeah.
and then this Caicedo was just getting bossed. Like Paqueta was just like dashing him everywhere, right? And then the ball goes off for a throw in, right? And then Caicedo thought he was the man. Like, oh, like, I'm gonna take him. I'm gonna take this guy, like Paqueta. Bro, this guy thought he could actually carry Chelsea, but Paqueta, bit of a dodgy player. Did you see the moment he had on the 30th minute?
What
Did
was
you not
it?
see? So
I think I did.
basically,
But what was it?
he had the ball and he basically was and it was West Ham had the ball. He had the ball. Sterling was trying to grab him, and he thought it was a foul, so he stopped playing football. And the
Oh yeah,
referee
I
completely,
remember. Yeah.
bro, this guy has got
And
FA allegations on his head.
it's the fact that he. It's the fact that he thought the ball went out, yeah, but it was all. I was thinking, what is he doing?
The ball never went out. He thought it was a foul.
Exactly.
That's the thing. So
And
I think he's still on that betting thing. He's on that betting streak.
mate, apparently, there's one from this season already. Apparently, one of the yellow cards for one from this season.
No way.
Well, I swear, Bournemouth. And you're watching that, yeah, you're
Yeah.
thinking, yeah, he was looking for that yellow because there was one that kind of led out with his elbow, but the fact
Yeah.
that afterwards he was like, nah, I didn't get yellow for that. Let me just let me just chat shit to the referee, and yeah, he knew that as well. He knew if you chat shit to the
Yeah.
referee, it's a yellow card. So yeah,
Yeah.
honestly, I think he's in a lot of trouble. Especially
I will say-
one of the yellow cards was so blatant yellow.
Yeah.
Like
Antonio for that second goal, though. He's a
Ooh.
bully.
Yeah.
well, what do you think of Chelsea centre backs?
Which one?
All three, because apparently all three got manhandled.
Axel
Who's
disaster was it? This Axel disaster was disaster still. I thought I thought Levi Colwell was okay, but he was not bad. But he was
Wasn't he at fault for the goal
probably
as well?
yeah. But if you look at it, Thiago Silva was the one that actually
Yeah,
caused the initial mistake.
yeah.
And then Levi got bust as well. But Thiago, mate, he's 37, right? He's showing
38.
his
I think it's
legs.
38.
38.
I think it's 38.
Yeah, he's definitely showing his level soon. Like he's creeping that level.
Yeah, that's crazy. But
But
yeah,
funny enough, I actually don't think Chelsea are gonna be that bad this season. Like I feel
Nah,
like
nah, nah.
Chelsea. I think like, I'm milking these moments because I know it won't come about that
I
much.
don't know.
So
I don't know. I think if they don't get a striker, it's gonna be the same thing. Because if you don't take chances, look at us. If you don't take our chances, especially away from home, it's they. You think they're not gonna have a momentum? You think they're not gonna have a spell of the game where they could just take over and score goals? To me, Chelsea's biggest problem is the fact they just can't score goals. They can't. They create a lot of chances. You see,
yeah.
what's this guy's name? Jackson. I was gonna say Michael Jackson. It's not Michael Jackson. What's his name? Samuel Jackson. Oh,
Action
he
Jackson.
was having a lot. Huh?
Action Jackson.
But yeah, he was having a lot of chances, but he was converting them. But
Yeah.
to me, if they don't sign a striker, if they don't sign a winger, even I don't think they'll finish top five. I genuinely don't. But yeah, on moving on to the next game. I didn't watch this game. Honestly, I'll be honest. I did not watch this game. It happened Monday night.
Okay.
Arsenal scraped a win against Crystal Palace. Do both of you want to talk about the game since you both
Mohammed,
watched it?
I'll let you go. I'll let you go first.
All right, so
Yeah.
since minute one, okay,
Okay.
we were dominating, okay. I think like the first 20 minutes we had 70% possession, okay. That's how Arsenal play nowadays, okay.
Okay.
Uh, well, when did was the goal in the first half or the second half?
Second half.
Second half.
Second half.
Second half. Uh, it was cheeky from us because I've seen many times a couple seasons ago when Arteta was first in charge
Yeah.
that we would always fall asleep in set plays and we
Yeah.
would concede like that. So it's quite nice to see that we're catching other players, other teams off guard as well. That penalty, it was a calm pen, but there were tweets saying like Saka gave Odegaard the penalty. So I don't know if that's confidence or something, but he looked good. Uh, yellow, that red card was controversial. It was very controversial for that red card.
I think me and Hash have differing opinions on that yellow card. I feel once you get a yellow card, you gotta let your man go. You can't even touch him because if you touch him, you're giving the referee a decision to make. And this is
Oh no,
coming from, but yeah,
yeah, that's a yellow. Okay, I don't mind that. But the
Yeah.
first one, that's where
the time
I'm
wasting.
saying like that. Yeah,
Why it takes so long? You know the rules.
it was just okay, fine.
They're
Okay,
cracking down on time wasting. So to me, I had no issue with both. Actually,
but hey,
second one's a bit soft, just a
Hmm.
bit soft.
mhm.
But I think once you're on a yellow, you gotta be smarter than that, man. You can't just hold on to players, especially. Come on. But yeah, what do you think, Harsh?
Oof. And Declan Rice, I thought he was absolutely phenomenal. Like when I think of his number six, big away games, he's going to be my number six. Interception, tackles, he was there. He was legit. Yeah, he was everywhere on the pitch. There was a moment where he passed it to Nketiah for that chance,
Yeah,
where Nketiah dinked it over the keeper. But honestly, this guy, he's showing his levels. He's gonna next. I think within that 7 months, he's gonna be the next like level to Rodri. Like he'll be very close to Rodri. That's how I see him that highly now. I
Oh, that
thought
high.
that high. I feel like
What do you think of him
yeah.
last year?
Forget
1 year
about
ago.
that. Forget about that.
What do you
Let me
call
talk
him?
about the
Road?
king. Let me
What did
talk
you
about.
say?
Let me
Road
talk.
runner? Road? What are you
Let me
calling
talk
him? Road
about.
runner? Okay.
Can I finish?
Okay.
Can I finish?
Can you admit that you are
Um,
wrong about him, by the way?
listen, another day.
Okay.
Okay. Well, we'll move on anyway. What else did I thought Erdegaard was okay, working on tight corners, doing his thing. I thought Martinelli was very quiet compared to like previous games. I thought he was a bit quiet. Havertz, question. Listen,
Still not
he needs,
convinced.
I'm not gonna lie.
yeah,
Mitchell kind of locked down Saka for most of the game.
good point. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah. But Mitchell is always that left back where 1v1s, he's on it.
yeah.
Do you
Yeah,
get it? So
yeah.
I wouldn't mind like Saka, of course, has that one-off game. And I remember
Mm.
Saka last season against Palace, he was kind of off it. And he's a player that normally throughout the season has highs and
Attack
lows. So
pitches it's nowhere to be seen. Basically, that's what you're trying to say. Attack
no
pitches,
question.
no. Huh?
I never said that. I said
Okay.
throughout the season he has highs and lows, and
Okay.
he normally starts off very slow and then he hits his level. I thought Nketiah was doing his thing, giving me a bit of Lacazette vibes, all action, no goals. But you know what? I'll move on with that.
He scored last year.
Um,
Come on, don't. You're
then
starting this agenda on him already.
listen, we're not.
He's
He
carrying
didn't
your attack. He scored. He got the penalty for you.
listen.
This
I need clinical strikers, and he's not the one.
he
I thought
scored last year.
Saliba, I
Yeah.
thought William Saliba generational. Like, I think what this system is doing is honestly putting a lot of responsibility on Saliba and Declan Rice to do their thing. So that's why you see Arsenal play a 3-2-2, where you have Saliba as like the bottom of a diamond, and then you have Declan Rice as the six.
Okay.
So to be honest, I don't mind Saliba being the center of the back three. But I feel like in bigger games like United, he needs to have Gabriel or somebody that's more
Do you not rate
that loves that
Ben White as
1v1
centre
feel.
back? Do you not rate Ben White as centre back?
I prefer him at right back. I think last season he was good at right back, and I
He
think
was
that's
very
what we're
good at
gonna
right
do.
back.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
a centre back.
He's not bad. He can do it,
It's not
but I
bad.
think right back, he's right back.
That's saying a lot for you, by the way. With the fact that you say it's not bad, because you rate Benny Blanco
Oh yeah, I think Benny Blanco is.
at centre
I think
back.
Benny Blanco would walk into any team in the league except from City,
At centre back.
and Liverpool. Yeah,
At centre back.
yeah, at centre back. That's
Hell
how
no.
highly I rate.
Hell
Tell me what the
no.
other team,
Hell,
Tottenham.
that guy has not played
Tottenham,
centre
yeah.
back.
Tottenham, he could walk into
No,
it.
no,
What, Romero?
Huh?
no. I would not have him over Romero or Van de Ven.
You can't even see his name.
You'd have
Anyway,
him over Varane 100% though.
yeah.
No, he's too
He
soft.
play a high line. He could play a high line. He's a ball player centre back.
Can he? Can he?
Yes.
That's a bit debatable. I can't lie.
He's a ball player centre back.
Okay.
He played under Bielsa.
Listen,
you have an agenda on him. It's okay.
No worries.
Okay, no worries. And yeah, listen, we'll move on anyway, Mohammed. 6 points clear. Only 3 teams got 6 points.
6
You know what
points
I mean?
clear. 6 points clear.
6 points top. 6 points top.
6 points at the top, man. Come on, you know what he means, man.
Oh man, 6 points at the top, and yeah, 3 teams only on 6 points. Let's go.
But yeah, moving on to the next game. Did any of you also watch the Liverpool Bournemouth game?
I watched the majority of the second half.
I watched, I think, majority as well of the game. I thought first half, I think, Bournemouth did relatively well. They were containing Liverpool quite well. They got the goal, but they weren't getting out as much as I think I would have liked to. They weren't getting those counter attacks going. I thought who was good for, I thought Szoboszlai was quite decent. I thought Trent was very good. I thought McAllister was also very good. Salah was just a bit off, but yeah. Then obviously it all changed with that. Who scored? I'm trying to remember who scored for the Liverpool. Who scored the equalizer? Was it Luis Diaz?
Diaz, yeah.
Oh, with a wonderful improvisation of a goal. And from then on, I was like, yeah, that's probably game over for them. And obviously, they get a soft penalty, which is never a penalty. That's one of the most softest pen I'll see this season. One of the most softest pen. And yeah, and Liverpool basically dominated throughout the game. Even with the red card, it didn't seem like Bournemouth were going to get anything out of it. They were just toothless, to be honest. But yeah, anything to add?
Salah on pens is going to be a question mark for the majority of the season. That his second miss now in a row?
Yeah, I'm not surprised. His penalty taking is. It's not. I'm not confident when I see Salah take those pens. It's just, to me, it's too rushed. You can easily miskick it. It's not well defined.
So there's no finesse to his penalties.
There's no finesse. All it takes is just one little miss hit, and that's either going high, wide, or keeper save. It's just one of those. It's not.
So who would you have taking pens instead? If you were in that Liverpool team?
He's a good penalty taker, but penalties looks a bit kamikaze. I'll just smash it as hard as I can and see if it goes in. That's how I see it.
Reminds you of like a Jamie Vardy.
Yeah, exactly. That's probably his inspiration. He saw James Vardy score pens, like, yeah, I'll do the same because I have no finesse in my game. But yeah, anything to both of you want to add, or just shall we move on to the next?
Nah, Liverpool, I think they
It was
need
just
number
it was a
six. They need
standard.
the six.
It was a standard win, but I
Yeah.
do think they're still not the same. I do
Of
think
course, yeah.
they're not they don't have that same intensity. I feel, but
Yeah, because
yeah,
they need number six in it.
It's too early to say about that Indo
Yeah.
kid. It's too early.
what do you see
Yeah.
a bit of it? Endo Mohammed?
I saw him play a bit at the end, but he didn't really do anything special. He was just passing the ball around.
All right, all right. Moving on to me the most interesting game of the week, Villa Everton. Did you watch Villa Everton?
Yep.
What did you think
Highlight
of it?
highlight for me.
What do you think?
I thought Everton are going to get relegated. They are absolutely finished. And it's shocking that they get relegated. That is that team that I just despise. Like,
Why? Oh, because they beat you all the time. Oh, I get it.
no, it's just their
You have a
stadium is
stinky record.
tight.
Yeah,
Their stadium is tight. It's the old
heritage,
stadium.
heritage.
Nah, I don't. It doesn't suit the Wenger ball, that Arteta ball we play. It just doesn't look beautiful. So,
You
and I feel
prefer
like
that
the
over Wolves Stadium?
absolutely.
Oh, I hate watching games when it's at Wolves. It just doesn't look nice. I like those compact stadiums where you can just see everything. But yeah,
Yeah, but Everton are finished. I think Villa, they look good, but I think they'll finish. They won't be as good as last season. But
yeah, I thought it was more down to everything being bad rather than Villa being
yeah,
good.
Don't get
yeah,
me
Obviously,
wrong,
Villa
Villa did play very well.
they did play
yeah,
well, but to me, it's like I remember watching the first half. Yeah, before the first goal, Villa was getting into that same position, like that inside left back area for
yeah. The inside right for Villa, right, where Bailey
Diallo
and
kept picking up.
Dialby.
Diallo kept picking that space up, kept picking that space, and there was warning signs, but they didn't do anything. And that's literally how the goal came from, where I think he picked up, passed it to Leon, but Leon Bailey took his man and they scored from that. The danger shots were there. It's just I don't, obviously also Cavaloon getting injured after 10 minutes. Just that's such
Mm.
a Cavaloon thing. He just can't stay fit. But it's yeah. Honestly, I think they're done as well. They just don't have Michael Keane, probably the worst player of the week. Honestly, his performance was so bad. Did you see the third goal where he tried
Yeah,
to
yeah,
ca-
yeah. But
Yeah.
I
cross
don't
it?
blame. But listen.
Oh,
If you look at
it's
it, it's
not even
Ashley
that. It's the
Young.
fact
It's
that
Ashley Young that gave the ball to
no,
him. But
not the fourth goal. I'm talking about the third goal
okay, I
where
know the second. I can't remember.
straight from the throw in from Villa throw. Villa throwed it,
Yeah.
caught Everton out, but instead of clearing it, he's kind of like skies it and it goes straight to Liam Bailey, and Liam Bailey scores. And
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
it's just to me, I'm like, why are you playing him? He's so bad. There's a reason why no teams really want him, but he obviously Daesh obviously likes British players,
Argy bargy.
exactly. I like my centre backs big and strong, and it's one of the. I'm surprised they haven't gone for a centre back because those two cannot be with me. I thought Tarkowski was okay. Ashley
Yeah.
was terrible. It was so bad. It was Liam Bell was cooking him all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just they're down basically. I honestly I thought Villa was relatively well, but I do feel their game is a bit predictable. Bit predictable. I think they kept passing it to Lucas Digne, who kept crossing in, or they were trying to give it
But is
to.
it Luca Digne leaving anyway?
He is leaving, and I've read somewhere where I think he was the best player in the weekend. I thought he was the amount of balls he was whipping in, top
Yeah.
quality, causing Everton all these types of problems. Yeah, I thought he was the best player. But apparently, this is once in a lifetime game for him. He doesn't produce that many good performances, and that's why they're basically selling him. But yeah, and also the gang Everton are also injured. They're quite injury prone. Cavaloon was obviously out. It will be pulled up with a hamstring. McNeil's not back. They're
Yeah.
relying on Danjuma to play up front for them. It's not looking. Mopai is awful. Oh my, he's so bad. He is so bad. It's just
I'm happy about that one.
oh, you should watch him last week. Last week he just kept missing, literally from 5 yards out. Anywhere, like all those tries where you're through, and all it takes is just tiny little bit of angle and it goes in. But this brother just
Yeah.
kept hitting it straight at the keeper. He just kept hitting it straight at the keeper. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
it's just not happening for him. And the fact that they preferred Danjuma, who's a winger, to him up front tells you everything you need to know about Everton's situation. But yeah, I'll we'll come back just after this. We'll cover one more game, but yeah, 2 seconds. We'll be back after a break.
Let's get cracking on.
We're back now. Let's move on to our final game. We should be talking about City, but I don't think none of us actually watched the game because we were at football. So sorry about that. But we'll move on to the last game, which is Brighton versus Wolves. Any of you watched Brighton versus Wolves? I watched a bit of it, but not much. But the
Match of the
stuff
day.
the stuff I did watch was exhilarating. To be fair, I think Wolves were trying, but it wasn't working out, and Brighton just dangerous counter-attack team. The way they just stripped through Wolves, just like the Wolves did to United. Yeah, it
Mm.
didn't look pretty. They just kept going through it. I think Cisco was great. Stepinian was fantastic, and yeah, and that's all I have to be honest.
Yeah, yeah,
I was gonna say, is Estepinian the best left back in the league now?
Oh no, he's the best FPL left back because he's giving me points, man. But yeah,
we're not gonna mention my guy,
who's your guy?
my Japanese
My
pick for
God.
the
Oh,
season.
Kairo Matoma. Kairo Matoma. Yeah,
He had
great again.
a
Oh,
brilliant
the
game.
goal. Did you see the goal?
Of course, I
I
saw the
just
goal.
remembered. I was thinking the goal from last week, but no. Oh, the goal. Oh, that was crazy goal. Honestly, if I'm City, I'm going for him next season.
It's not as good, when Son ran
Oh, yeah,
from like one
but
half to
that's
the
good.
other,
I was
but
literally thinking like that. I was literally
it
thinking
gave
that.
me that vibe.
It
It
gave
just
me
gave
that
me that
vibe.
vibe.
Yeah, he was due one to be fair because he kept trying it last season, but he just that last bit always kept letting him down. But now he's got that nice solo goal.
Exactly.
But yeah. What do you
Yeah.
think of Wolves? By the way, that was my team to get relegated.
Mhm.
What
And I thought to be honest, the issue is actually scoring goals. They can actually create
exactly?
chances,
Exactly.
but I thought Cunha again is just so wasteful. But Neto is quite good. I think Neto looks back to his
Best.
2019 electric fever where he was like on the wing, he was cutting in, causing havoc. So yeah, I think even though
Very
I said
false.
Wolves are
Very
gonna go
false.
down.
Very false. Very false.
Yeah, I'd said Wolves are going down, but honestly, if they get a striker in and if they keep one or two players,
They're
then they
just not
have a
gonna.
shout.
Which striker can they get though? They're just about to sell Nunes, and I know they're gonna sell him because Wolves will take any money right now. They're down on the knees basically. So I know Nunes is one. So they not need to replace him as well, or they probably won't replace him because of who they are. But yeah, not
I
looking
don't
good for
know.
Wolves. I'll be honest. But yeah,
Yeah.
With Wolves,
now
they always had like Portuguese managers with Nuno and the other guy, so they always had like a link up with that Portuguese league. That's
yeah,
how you got the Jotas, all of them lot. But nah, I don't know where he's gonna go now.
Gary O'Neill now with his British accent. How do you think he's gonna communicate with them? You don't understand, but yeah. Moving on to
Yeah.
this week's fixtures, we're gonna do this prediction thing where we're gonna predict all the games from this week on, and we're gonna count it up throughout the season. And the person with the least points, I think, will have to do a forfeit. And how it'll work
This
is,
this this is new.
how it'll work is 3 points for the correct score, 1 point. I'll say no, actually, no, 2 points for the correct like who wins or draws.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's how it is. So 3 points for the correct score and 2 points for the who wins basically or the draw. And yeah, who would then the game we'll be talking about first is Newcastle Liverpool. Who do you think will come out top? Newcastle are at home, obviously. The last time Liverpool went to Newcastle, they battered them basically. So yeah, who you got, Mohamed Hirsch? Mohamed Ute.
Newcastle, Liverpool. Eh. Who's home? Who's away? Newcastle at home.
Newcastle at
Yeah.
home.
It's 4:30 on a Sunday. That's just screaming Newcastle. I think Newcastle are gonna bust that midfield though.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with a 2-0 Newcastle
2-0 Newcastle. Interesting.
with Isak scoring. So
Hersh,
basically,
what are you going for? Well, who do you think is going to go on top?
2-2.
2-2.
Yeah,
Really?
2-2. Yeah.
With the way Newcastle playing?
Oh wait, no, sorry, 2-1. Callis is out.
Yeah,
2-1.
no, he's back on. They've rescinded
How
the ban.
oh yeah,
have
they have,
they?
yeah,
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 they
yeah.
have.
All right, 2-2 then. I'll go for that.
Interesting. Newcastle home, by the way.
Yeah, 2-2.
I'll go for. I think I'll go for a 2-0 or 3-0 Newcastle win. I think Liverpool get bossed in that midfield.
To make sure you're writing this down, yeah.
Yeah, I'm right. It's done.
I said them.
I'll say 2-0 Newcastle. The next.
Copying me, yeah? Okay.
Wait, so none
Oh,
of you guys have
sorry.
Liverpool
I'll
to
change it up.
score.
I'll change it up. Nah,
Luis Diaz, Salah, and Jota.
I'll change my
At
score.
least one on a score.
I don't know. Newcastle are good at home though. They don't concede that many goals.
All right, okay. Go for your gut feeling.
I'll go. I'll go 3-1 Newcastle. The next game we'll be doing is United first. This I have no idea what's gonna happen. Absolutely no idea.
Let me just say one thing, okay?
Okay.
End of the month, all right, when the transfers are all done and we've seen a few games, we're redoing our top six, okay? Because I've had
100%.
stinkers, so we're redoing it.
No, sorry, mate. Sorry. Actually, I'll think about it. I think this is committee. We'll talk about it. But
But yeah,
but
I,
this is because of what 2 games in. Come on, man. You know how it's gonna start. But yeah. United Forest. Well, Ute, what do you think is gonna happen? Why are you giving me that face? Mo Ute?
sorry, what?
Yeah,
Me?
yeah.
Oh, it's internet problems.
Oh,
What
okay.
was the question?
What do you think United Forest will be? How do you think it'll pan out?
United don't really score. Nottingham kind of do. They scored against us the first game of the season, so I'm gonna go with a 1-0 Nottingham.
Can't lie. I kind of see it. I kind of see it. Hirsch, what do you think?
2-0 United. There's no Mason Mount, so he's injured. So I feel like the midfield's gonna be more
The
balanced.
gender you have on this guy's
Oh
crazy.
wait, is he out?
Yeah, he's injured.
Wait, is it Ericsson's back in, yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd go for
I'll take it back then. I'm gonna go with 1-1. I
yeah,
was
I'll let you off.
I was banking on them three in the middle.
I'll let you off. But yeah, okay, fine. I'll go 1-1. I'll say I see Nottingham Forest getting something from this game. I don't know why.
Oh, what a waffle.
Uh, Mohammed, what did you say? 1-1.
Yeah.
I'll say I'll go for a 3-1 United win. Yeah, to be fair, I think they do because whenever they get kicked in the arse, they always bounce back. This will be an interesting game. I feel if they don't bounce back, they're in a whole lot of trouble this season. But yeah, on to the next game. I think this is the Friday night game, if I'm correct. Chelsea versus Luton. Mo, Ute, what do you think? It's Friday night, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Friday night. What do you think?
I have got a
Obviously, Luton not playing this week.
3-0 Chelsea.
Yeah. What do you think, Ash?
2-0 Chelsea.
2-0. I'll go 4-0 Chelsea.
Whoa.
Okay.
I think Luton away from home would be horrible. Just watch. They'll be horrible. But yeah, next game is Bournemouth Spurs. Bournemouth are at home. This is interesting because Spurs do not do quite well away from home. But what do you think, Maota?
I have got a 2-0 Tottenham with a Madison free kick.
Oh, well, you don't get extra points for that. But
I know, but like if it comes out true, I'll be a messiah.
Hush. Hush.
1-1.
Yeah, I'm feeling that vibe. Actually, no, I'd go with a sneaky 2-1 win for Spurs, carrying on the feel good factor for Spurs. They're still stinky though. Because I do, Bournemouth, as good as they are, they
Yeah.
do concede a lot of chances. They will give you chances. Um, Arsenal Fulham. This I think we'll agree on. Motor,
I've got a 3-0 Arsenal.
3-0 Arsenal. Harsh?
We did that last season, so I think we'll do that
Yeah.
again.
Also at home as well. No, it was 2-1. But yeah, sneaky win.
Ooh,
It's not hard.
this is hard.
Don't do this. Don't do this. You just did Arsenal win away from Palace. Don't give me this. Fulham are atrocious, but carry on.
They're not atrocious.
They are
They won last
atrocious.
game, right?
No, they lost. They got battered 3-0 by
By
Brentford.
Brentford.
Yeah, at home as well.
2-0 Arsenal. Yeah,
I
2-0.
go with a 4-1 win. Actually, no.
What? Who's gonna
4-0.
score Havertz?
4-0 Arsenal.
Yeah.
Havertz
I know
goals.
who's gonna score them
Havertz
goals.
will get a goal. That is the type of game Havertz will score. Man City, Sheffield United. Quick. Mote.
2-0 City.
2-0 City. Hush.
City aren't firing, so 2-0. Oh yeah, 2-0 City.
I go with 5-0 City. You're talking about Sheffield United, by the way. You're talking about Sheffield United.
All
Yeah.
right, 3-0 then.
That's too
3-0
late.
then.
It's too late. It's too late. It's too late.
You let him change it.
I was like, from now on, sorry. Next game, Everton Wolves.
I want you to go first.
Everton at home.
Yeah, we want you to go first.
Ooh. I see a 2-1 Wolves win. Mohash.
1-1.
1-1. Interesting.
Yeah.
Ute?
Got a 0-0.
Yeah, that's probably the most likely scenario. Next game is Brighton West Ham. That's an interesting game.
Ooh.
Hirsch,
2-0 Brighton.
2-0 Brighton.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, Brighton are home, right?
No,
Yeah.
Brighton at home.
Yeah.
Ute?
I've got a 2-1 Brighton with Matoma getting a goal.
I was
Yeah.
giving a shot to your guy.
My guy, man, I like it.
I see 3-1 Brighton as well. Two more games. The penalty. Burnley, Aston Villa. That's an interesting one. Burnley at home.
What was their last week? Did they? Oh, I got postponed. Okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
We're only basing Burnley off that City game.
yeah, which is hard to see.
Villa do look nice. I'm gonna go with a 2-1 Villa.
2-1 Villa from Mote. Hirsch,
0-0.
0-0. Interesting. Really? If you not watch Burnley? Oh, but okay.
Don't worry.
I'll say Villa are in Europe as well.
True. Has it started yet?
It's finished.
It's finished.
Oh, is it finished now?
Yeah.
I'll say 2-1, 2-0 Burnley win.
Oh.
And the last game, probably the game that nobody probably talk about, Brentford Crystal Palace.
Ooh.
Mote.
Ooh.
You know, I'm gonna carry on the trend. I think a Wissa and Buemo combo of a 2-0
That
win.
looks deadly. Probably Burma came off injured, but I don't know how that went. But yeah,
Oh, did he? Ah,
think so. What did you say?
2-0. 2-0. I'll stick with it.
2-0
Brentford.
Brentford.
Yeah.
Hush.
1-0 Brentford.
1-0 Brentford. Interesting. I see a two. I say 2-0 Brentford as well. Yeah, that's your predictions done. Yeah, thanks for turning up, Mo Uta and Mo Hush. I think it went quite well, and yeah, we'll see you next time. Ciao.